Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and good news. Starknet finally broke out. All right, we have. I haven't covered Starknet in a while. I mean, I've basically been a meme coin channel for the last week, since those were the coins that really moved and most people were interested in them. But I've kept my eyes on Stark. I've had my price alert set up, and I knew the situation. So we actually broke out. All right, we have basically been in this range since the launch, between 2.2 right here at the top, and then 1.75 here at the bottom. In the meanwhile, the market became much more bullish. And what we also know is that Starknet fundamentally also has increased its total value locked by a lot. It's now at almost $250 million. So if you look at that, if you look at where Starknet is rated right now, it's rated along Algorand, CK Sync, Stacks, Ronin, Hedera. So altogether, there's things to be bullish about. All right, so that's why I wanted to cover it. Fundamentally, I would say Stark is very bullish right now. The markets are obviously, even though this is going to collapse at some point of time, or collapse, it's going to have a big spike down at some point of time. Even though that's the case, they are still bullish right now. So that means that there is actually potential for Stark as well. Now, if we dive into some more numbers, and for that, I do need to kind of check out where the numbers are best, because sometimes I don't have all the sources. No, these are good. Now, if you look at the numbers right now, you can see the open interest has increased a ton. All right, the open interest is almost at an all-time high. It's still technically at the same levels where it was the 23rd of February right now, which is not bad, because that's also where the price is technically. But technically, what is true is that we have broken out. All right, we've broken above that top of the range right here at 2.2, which we also respected initially, but then we got a bullish break retest off of 2.1. So technically, Stark is bullish. All right, now the one thing I am worried about a little bit is that if you look at Stark right here, I do think that if you look at this move, it looks a little bit manipulated, perhaps. It's a lot of spot buys, which is positive, I would say. There's also some futures buying, of course, otherwise the CVD would not go up. Or that actually did it actually go down? I'm not sure. Well, that's interesting. That actually makes me a little bit more insecure about Stark. But the thing is that ultimately this level, especially between 2.12 and 2.2, has to hold as support. All right, and I still want to wait for that a little bit. Like, sure, the open interest has increased a lot, and we've had some major spot buys, but I'm not too convinced yet. If with the next like 2, 3, maybe 4 1 hour time frame candles, we can still hold this, knowing that we can also have a big spike down, right? I mean, the funding rates are high. We could have a 20-30% spike down in the meanwhile. So I would definitely, if you want to trade this, I would not use a very tight stop loss. Or use a very tight stop loss and a very low position size. But that's up to you. But ultimately, I need to wait for a little bit more confirmation. If we can hold this level for a bit longer, even like while Bitcoin does its thing, I think it's most likely that then it's confirmed and we can head up to 2.5, which I would say is my main price target. We can ultimately, or we can eventually start to look at some, no, we cannot, excuse me. But no, I mean, Fibonacci extension, maybe we can look at that. So something like this, if I can do it. Something like this, that also gives 2.4 and then 2.75. I would say 2.5, 2.75 are my next price targets. And if I have to give you my thoughts, I think it's most likely we'll get there. Because technically, and if you look at the momentum, it's most likely that Stark will rally. It's just, given the market circumstances, I'm just a bit more hesitant, all right? But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.